Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. This is Straight Facts Commentary where I give you my unpopular opinions in everything pop culture. So please stick around and subscribe for more. Hey y'all, I am back again with another video. And in today's video, we'll be speaking about Coi Leray and her father Benzino and a recent interview that she went on. And conversations are being had, okay? Because she said some interesting things on this interview that have got a lot of people talking. So I'm going to be giving my opinion on it and letting you know what some fans had to say. If you're interested in female rap and celebrity topics, as well as any viral topics, please subscribe and I'm sure you'll have a wonderful time here. So let's get into the video. Okay. So Coi Leray had some things to say, okay? And we do know that Coi Leray and other girls in the music industry and guys are famously nepotism babies. So, what that is for a lot of people who don't know is people who have family who were in the industry, brother, mother, cousin, somebody in the industry that has connected them to where, they have the places and the spaces because of their family already being famous before they were born. Coi Leray was most definitely that. She has been in music videos as a child, and she grew up with her father, Benzino, who did music and he's currently doing television. Benzino has currently come out to dismiss Coi Leray in her recent interview that she spoke about, saying that she was struggling as a child growing up and that she had to sleep in cars and she sold drugs and she had to work at grocery stores. Benzino basically came out to debunk everything that Coi Leray said and said that she was straight up lying and that when Coi Leray was with him, she didn't have to struggle at all. Take a listen to what Benzino had to say.
She says she slept in cars. Coi never slept in no f***ing car that I knew about. I had my daughter 5 months out the year. I was with her mother until she was 9, and I had her from 9 to 16, 5 months out the year. She'd be with me. She lived with me twice. She lived here in Atlanta with me, and she went to Campbell High School. Like, I was a single dad, and I was taking care of my kids, all my kids, and her two older brothers by two other men that wasn't mine. So when I'm watching this, I'm just looking at somebody, she looked like she's almost brainwashed. Like, she ain't never slept in no car and sold drugs and all this. Like, I don't know why she's running with this narrative. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is crazy. I've never seen no shit like this. But the label's perpetuating it. The people who run the label, they're all perpetuating it. And then the sad thing is, like, the people who interview her, they're all down with it too. Angela Yee in 1994 was a part of a group of people who wanted Dave Mays to step down from the magazine because he put an article about me and my group, the RSO, in the magazine. Angela Yee, 1994. Imagine that. So me and her never got along. Me and Angie Martinez never got along. Ever. They was biting Eminem's dick so bad that it was just, it was to the point where, she'd be on there interviewing with him and calling me that dude. So they don't fuck with me. So what is the worst thing to use somebody's child to manipulate them against him? She has children. She has a kid by the kid from Cisco's group. She wouldn't want to be involved with that. Nobody would want their kid to be led into questions to go against their parents, and that's what she did.
How you get to live this life and we over here struggling? But I realized I really had to separate myself. We done slept in cars, hotel rooms, one hotel room with all of us in it. I done sold drugs. I done worked at Dunkin' Donuts registers, A&P supermarket, Palermo's bakery, and I done it all.
So y'all heard what Coi Leray had to say in reference to her childhood and her father. I don't know. This is really interesting. But it's not to say, or invalidate that nepotism babies could grow up and struggle. People are famous and then they're not. People have money and then they don't. So it could have been a situation where, her father was lower on money and they didn't have nearly as much as they had at one point or something like that, and that they were struggling. Some people are just saying that Coi Leray is straight up lying and that, you know, she wants to appeal to the rags to riches struggle story, which, oh my gosh, that is so valid in the way that a lot of rappers feel the need to have a struggle story or a come up story, or, you know, they had nothing when they were growing up and now they are everything that they want, you know, want to be, and that they've manifested their career and their money and their lifestyles. When some of these people we don't even realize had parents who were famous before. And so it actually makes it a lot easier for them to be in the positions that they're in. Drake, I don't believe, is a nepotism baby, but he grew up a suburban kid. And, you know, he has a lot of music that talks about from, you know, basically the rags to riches concept and the struggle music and coming from nothing when Drake was literally an actress on Degrassi as a kid. I have a lot of rappers who perpetuate this I had nothing type of come up because of the fact that it seems more relatable to pass yourself off as someone who's had issues or struggled or didn't have anything, because they know the people who are buying their music are people who struggle, have to work regular jobs, and don't have anything. So maybe Coi Leray actually did struggle. Or maybe she's buying into the type of persona that she feels and the record label feels that she has to push or participate in order to come across as more real to the public. Which honestly, if she was doing this, I wouldn't be surprised. There's a lot of celebrities who are either nepotism babies or came from a background of which they were already a part of the industry from a young age. And Coi Leray was definitely one of those kids. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that Coi Leray is making up her childhood to try to empathize with the public and to come off like a normal everyday kid when, you know, her growing up? Or do you think that she genuinely had a whole bunch of struggles and we really just don't know what they are? Oop, another one. Let me tell y'all another secret in case y'all didn't know. Offset was also a nepotism baby, as far as I understand. He was in Whitney Houston's music videos growing up, and he kind of had this life in the industry when he was young, allegedly, right? And when I learned that, I was like, what? There is so many people who we would think are like hardened rappers who had like this huge life of this and that, you know, growing up in struggle and poverty and had so many issues, when it's like some of these people, it's a facade. Some people have like this image that's a total facade, and I believe Offset is one of those people. And I love him. You know, he's a part of the Migos. It was a thing. It was a thing, right? I love Offset. You know what I'm saying? But did he really struggle like that? Is he really as gangster as he comes off? If he was in music videos with Whitney Houston as a kid and he had connections to the industry at such a young age, he was probably in elementary school. What regular little boy from the hood has that type of affiliation? Not many that I know. So my point is I think a lot of the industry is more put together and calculated and imaginary, made up, than what we realize. Let's take a look at what some fans and just the general public had to say about this. I believe Benzino. Imagine thinking working a job is a struggle. Really? She liked Drake when he said he started from the bottom. Everybody got that one friend that sold a gram and swear they were moving weight. You can tell in the voice he lived the single dad life. Selling 1/8 of a bud ain't selling drugs, baby. I done worked at Dunkin' Donuts. She thinks working is a struggle. She tried to make it seem like she had it hard growing up just to look cool for an audience. Baby, your dad was the owner of Source magazine. You had it good growing up. How do y'all just instantly believe Benzino? I got a sad story too. I pay rent and work. Another privileged kid claiming a rough life. LMAO, everyone wanna struggle so bad. Y'all weird. LMAO, she said she had to work for Dunkin' Donuts. Fam, that's a regular job for a kid. Seeing this dude's face on shrooms is wild. Everybody want to be ghetto until they really in the ghetto. I'm gonna roll with Benzino on this one, and boy does it pain me to say that. Can tell she's bluffing because she's not making eye contact. Technically, every child fell asleep in a car. Obsession with struggling needs to be studied. It's crazy to look when somebody is lying. It's okay to be from the burbs. I believe him. I got a nephew like this, bro. He grew up in the suburbs his entire life, and now he's a grown man who lies about struggling as a kid. The fascination with faking struggle is pretty remarkable with this new generation. I wonder if he'd take a deep breath, would he pull a muscle on his neck? I'm done. Disrespecting her daddy is crazy. Benzino having to be a mythbuster because Coi Leray lying about her childhood. He has no idea what that girl has experienced. Just because your parents give you some privileges doesn't mean you don't make decisions that put you in crazy situations. She may have actually slept in a car a few times and sold things. I believe every word. I believe him. She ain't never slept in no car. If that was true, dude was on top. I'm just saying. People do anything for clout. Coi deserves her flowers. Said she must have did that with her mom, not me. Why do rappers think they have to come from poverty to express the story? Ain't shit wrong with growing up stable. It's always the spoiled celebrity kids glamorizing the struggle they never had. Artists did that back in the day. Then I watch behind the scene video and see they went to church, lived in a two-parent household, were instrumentally trained, gifted high schools, went to Howard, and then wrote a rap song about starving, no daddy, and teacher said I wasn't gonna make it. Okay, y'all, so people had a lot to say, and I don't know, I am kind of leaning towards Benzino telling the truth. And we don't know because we don't know, we weren't there, when Coi Leray was growing up. But I don't know, I kind of believe him. I don't know, this has to be said, and I've felt this way about Coi for a long time, but I don't care for Coi Leray like that, so I don't talk about her. But I've had feelings about her for a bit. Pretty much everything to me about Coi Leray seems manufactured. And the reason I say that is because I actually found out about Coi Leray before she blew up with certain songs. I didn't listen to her, but I knew she was. Back during the Huddy days and before she got her teeth fixed and things like that, back when she basically had more of a tomboy aesthetic. I watched a few of her music videos. She looked very, 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 very tomboyish. She had somewhat of a girly presence, but it was mostly heavily tomboy. And honestly, when I first started watching Coi Leray on YouTube, I thought she was a lesbian because she had that like young MA kind of aesthetic. And if you go look at her old videos, you'll be able to see what I mean. Basically, when she started getting more attention, she was starting to release songs that were a lot more sexually leaning, and her image started to change a lot. That whole Big Purr record and some other songs that came out were super more sexually fluid and sexually glorifying. She's also posted pictures on Instagram of her bare chest being out before, and you can actually see that in some music videos as well. And to me, this was just a bit shocking only because when I first found out about Coi Leray, she was super tomboyish. So the change in imagery and kind of persona or how she looked really shocked me a lot because I was like, Coi Leray doesn't seem like an overt sexual type. Um, Also, women like Saweetie have admitted that she grew up really tomboyish and she was never really girly and with the nails and the hair and the makeup. And Sweetie is extremely girly and extremely hypersexualized. So I feel as though a lot of these people coming into the industry have to change their entire beings pretty much in order to shape a new persona and a new kind of look, feel, aesthetic to appeal to the general public. And that's just my inkling based on what I've already seen. And people don't really look into those things. So I don't know. Everything that Benzino is saying, I'm leaning more towards because I don't know how authentic Coi Leray truly is. Anyway, let me know how you guys feel about this whole situation down below, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.